Hi, I'm Krista Stiles with Genographics, here to tell you about the virtual poster session this spring. The timeline is that we have our website available now for you to download templates, get more information, and upload your poster file. This is the website. For poster submissions, we would like the fall courses to have their poster files uploaded by March 30th and spring courses by April 16th. The conference will be April 28th. The difference in time here is that we need time to process the files and to make sure that the resolution, links, everything is working perfectly for the virtual poster session. So where do you start? Well, it all starts with the main takeaway of your paper. What information can you put on your poster to support that main takeaway? Well, especially graphics. What charts, tables, images can you include to really make it impactful? Now, how do you take that main takeaway and supporting information and turn your great idea into a great poster? Well, it starts with a great design. And here are some resources to help you do that. You can download templates, find more information, and upload your poster on our website. We also have a file prep page that will give you more information on how to do specific tasks within PowerPoint to really make your poster. On the web page designed for your conference, you'll see your poster session schedule. Here you'll see your poster format requirements, such as keeping your file size under 5 megabytes. For the audio files, they should also be under 5 megabytes. Again, these are optional. They should also be under 5 minutes and can be any of these file types. To download a template, simply click on the image and it will download automatically. There are several more templates available that are not shown on this page, so you can download any of them and try them out. Next, you will create an account. This account will also be used to log into the poster session itself. In the Submissions tab, you can simply type your name into the author box, click Search, and it will pull up your name. You can then click the box next to your poster to enter your information. Here is where you will provide the information on your poster. Under Title, you will see your name listed. Please add your poster title after your name so that both are showing. Under Affiliations, please add your course name, course number, and professor's name so that they are all searchable on the virtual poster session itself. If you would like to add a biography, you're welcome to. It is not a requirement. The Zoom sessions are also not a requirement, but highly encouraged and recommended. Please see the poster session schedule to see what time to schedule the Zoom meeting, and using your personal account, schedule a meeting and provide us with that link. You will also see a section for a video file link. If you would like to record a video on Vimeo or YouTube, you can provide the link. Next, you will upload your poster files. Once you have found the file on your computer, you will be asked to select the version of PowerPoint that you're using. If you cannot find the year of the PowerPoint, the main thing is that you tell us whether it's PC or Mac, so just choose one of those. Next, you will use the Start Upload button to begin the process. And then if you are going to be included one of the optional audio files, you would add that here. You can see here what file types are accepted and that they should be no longer than 5 minutes. For adding your poster file, there is a Start File Upload button, just like there is with the poster file itself. And then once you have uploaded both of those files, you'll have confirmations to let you know that the file was uploaded. And then finally, a confirmation page. I wanted to show you some examples of the templates. This is the most traditional template that we have, a very common one at conferences. You can see the different sections in a poster typically would be abstract, introduction, methods and materials, results, discussion, and conclusions. This is not a requirement, and your poster may vary depending on your course and on your paper. If you have a video, you can also provide your video link within the poster itself, and that will work within our system. This is an example of a more modern poster style where the key point or takeaway is positioned in the largest section to catch readers' attention. It also relies much more heavily on graphics, tables, charts, images to make sure that you are making your impact. So now I'd like to cover a few tips on using our templates in PowerPoint. These are the things that we're going to cover. We'll just touch on them briefly because I'm sure that you guys are all PowerPoint experts already. One thing you'll notice with our templates is that they will have some instructions on the sides to help you. You do not need to worry about deleting these. They will not show when you provide your poster to us. When they're converted to a PDF, they are not there, so you don't have to worry about it. You may not want to use our standard blue colors in our templates, and I highly encourage you to change it up, match the colors to your school colors or to the images in your poster, whatever suits your needs. You can do that with the themes section, but I do warn you that some of the themes will create some weird lines or just make your poster too busy and distract from your takeaway, so keep that in mind. Your other choice is to use the colors section over here, and that's a nice alternative as well. A few tips on text boxes. Make sure all of your font is the same type and ideally the same size in your text boxes. If you're going to be printing your poster, then here's some details on what font sizes can be read from 4 to 6, 8 feet away. And on the computer screen with our virtual site, you can zoom in, but still a headache is not a good impression for your poster readers. Also, by right-clicking, you can open up the format shape, you can change the color of the text box, you can change the outline color, you may even want to eliminate the outline altogether. Personally, that's my preference. While the text outlines are common, I prefer the no outline versions because those are a little bit more forgiving with your alignments. It doesn't show misalignments as easily. So here's an example where you can see that the label and the text box are not the same size, and that's causing a problem. Here you can also fine-tune things like this width to match them up, the positioning, and most importantly, you can adjust the do not auto fit piece of things so that if whatever your preference is with working with text boxes. Next, let's talk about using the arrange to clean up misalignments like you see here. This unfortunately is a common way that posters will come into us, and I wanted to show you some ways to make this look more professional. First, you want to make sure that all of your boxes at the top are at the same height, and you can very quickly do that with Align Top. Similarly, you want to do your left and right, and so you can do that with Align Left or Align Right. Within a column, if you want to line everything up, you can either do the left or right or the Align Center. There's also a bottom that you want to look at. And then one of the nice things that you might want to use to distribute your columns throughout your page evenly or within a column, top to bottom, or maybe with your images, you might want to use this distribute horizontally or vertically. Those are very handy. And then also to prevent overlaps, you'll want to use your bring to front, send to back. And lastly, these text boxes with the labels, a lot of times you'll want to group those so that you don't have to match them up as often, and so you can group and ungroup. Next, let's talk about images. You want to make sure that your images are sharp with high resolution. And even if your file has high resolution, you can end up with low resolution on your poster if you don't do a few things. The top thing is to make sure that you lock the aspect ratio. If you distort the picture and distort the dimensions, that loses resolution, and when it's zoomed in on or blown up for print, then you're going to have a fuzzy picture. And pasting tables. This is the second most common problem that we see with posters. You want to make sure that you paste your table not as a picture. So here's an example of a table pasted as a picture, and as you can see, it has much lower resolution than if it were pasted as a table. Pasting it as a table also allows you to use the table design and layout features of PowerPoint to give it color and adjustments. It also makes it a lot easier to increase the font and adjust the size to meet your poster's needs. Once you've created your poster and it's time to put on the finishing touches, we made a checklist for you. First, run your spell check. Then make sure that your fonts are consistent. Are you using the same font type? And are your sizes consistent throughout? Did you remember to label all of your graphics? And are your columns and rows aligned? Not all rows need to be aligned, but the top should be aligned, the bottom should be aligned so that you have a nice rectangle within your poster. Check for overlaps. And then check that your resolution is strong, even at 100%, especially if you're going to be printing your poster or displaying it on a large screen. If you're going to be saving your poster to PDF before upload, make sure you check the PDF because sometimes the conversion process does not go smoothly, especially with overlaps happening on PDF that don't show on the PowerPoint. Now, how will the virtual poster session look? On our website, you'll see a View ePoster Sessions button, which you'll click. And that will take you to a box to add your conference code. For this conference, it's MCC 2021. Next, you will sign in using the email and password that you used to submit your file. And finally, the main page of our virtual poster session. Here you will see each of the posters listed with your name followed by your poster title. To go to the next page within the listing, you can click these arrows. And then the search is very robust. It will search not only all of the information on the left side of the screen, but it will also search all of the words within your poster that are text. On the left side of the screen, you'll see that you can go to the ePoster mode, view this particular poster, contact the author. This will be connected to your email. The biography if you uploaded one, what time your Zoom session is scheduled for, and if you uploaded an audio file or provided a video hyperlink, you will have a button here, followed by author, affiliation, and abstract if you have one. In this section, you can view all and then view by filters. So there's a filter for section and then a filter for track, which will be your courses. This is what ePoster mode looks like. Here on the top left, you will have, again, the same menu drop downs for the filters, a button to go back to list mode, audio file, video link, a link to your Zoom meeting, and this works just like clicking the link. Your Zoom meeting will open right up for the viewer. and then the author Q&A, which is a discussion board. You can zoom in on your poster and then move your poster around as needed so that while you're doing your Zoom session, if you need to highlight a specific table or something within your poster, you can zoom in and move your poster around to do that. For the author Q&A button, it will open up this discussion board box. A couple of things to note with it. If you click on the blue bar here, you can move it around so that it doesn't cover up a certain section of your poster. And then you do need to hit this refresh button every once in a while because you want to make sure that you're seeing the latest comments. The usernames will be listed here instead of our website, and you'll be able to have a great chat session. And if somebody wants to email you, they can also email you here for a private conversation. And finally, what does it look like when you're in your Zoom session? Well, the Zoom session is within an iframe. You can move it anywhere on the poster or separate it out as you like. You can also open the discussion board along with the Zoom. The difference in using the Zoom chat versus our discussion board would be that the Zoom chat is going to disappear once your Zoom session ends, whereas the discussion board on our website will be available for viewing on demand. And therefore, if there are good questions and answers, viewers will be able to see those answers later on. That concludes the presentation. Again, here is the timeline, and we look forward to working with you on a successful virtual poster session.